Let's get going with a Pilates stretch. So arms down and low. Just so we start on a playing field that's loose and easy. Just get your arms moving front and back, feather dusters, you know that very well. And you want to get everything jiggly and wobbly from the shoulder down to the hands. So it's not just the hands. And then let's do a little bit of a body jiggle in the arms, so you feel like your voice is doing all this vibrating. Easy, easy, easy. Right, let's get banging along the spine. So what we really want is just to get it working, just to be aware of the makings, what we're trying to do, and then tap, tap, tap. And just so we work the hips really well, so we want to tap from the front, side and back. So go all the way around as your pelvis is. So front, side, back. Good, let's get the shaky leg. Easy, 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 super loose. So you've got mud on your shoes and you want to get rid of it. Easy, easy, easy from the hip to the foot. And then change leg over. So from the hip to the foot, just get it moving, simple and easy. And now can we become all jiggly? Like a bit funny jiggly as well. Oh, there we go, there we go. Right, can we go with a little bit of this as well? Being in that state is definitely better than being in a stiff state. Very good, so nice and calm now, very good. Pull down on those collarbones a little bit and start lifting your head up, head down, soften the knees, head is up, head is down. So to feel like you're pulling down on those collarbones, lifting the chin, and you can easily feel the stretch on the front of the neck, a little bit on the back of the neck. Brilliant. Now push your hand down that right shoulder. So you need to feel two things. Push down on the shoulder and pull the head to the other side and relax. So you press the shoulder down a little bit and the head tilts away and return. So you don't want to cause yourself any pain. If you feel like you are particularly tight in those areas, you just do a small range of motion. So it feels uncomfortable but doable. And one more. Good, now this shoulder will push up your hand a little bit. I'm exaggerating with the motion now, but this is what you're doing, and it's a slight push. Find your 20%. So if you go 100, half of that, you've got your 20. Good, and relax and jiggle. Now place your hand at the front of the shoulder and imagine you're doing this, but the movement is actually quite small. It's just a tiny bit of pressure. Hand to the shoulder, shoulder to the hand. So we're trying to disconnect or take the spasm away from the small chest muscle that pulls your shoulders and rolls them forward. So we're trying to give it, give it a little bit of rest by switching it off. Good. Relax, shake and dangle, move, 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 loose, loose, loose. We're very good at that. Then press the hand down on your shoulder, head tilts away, and relax. You can start pushing further down the more your head moves that way, and relax. If it's, again, by any means painful or doesn't feel like it's comfortable, then do a very tiny little range only. So keep that chin in, tilt your head, dangle the other arm. And then easy breathing with soft knees. And then small pressure from the shoulder up. So I'm showing big movement, but it's actually tiny. And then your hand is suppressing that lift. And you want to just work 20%, not a lot. Easy breathing, soften your knees. then place your hand just here where the shoulder bony part sticks out the most to the front, and we want to pull the shoulder forwards and your fingers pushing it back away, but you shouldn't really see a lot of movement going on at all. So soften the knees, little pressure. We're just trying to calm down that muscle that for all of us makes us hunched, rounded in the shoulders. I want to switch it off so it doesn't do that. Shake and a jiggle. So fingers on the shoulders, up and round the back. Keep lifting your head to the ceiling. Spread your arms around, open as wide as you can. And then do the faster alternating arms. Up and around, up and around, up and around. And then watch my chest. I'm going to get into rotation there. Good. And then both arms from back to front, elbows lifting. That's good. And then get into the alternating, up and forwards, up and forwards, up and forwards. Lovely. Shake and relax. Lovely. Pick up your block. Let's place it between your ankles. I'm saying ankles, but it's actually going to go higher than that. So we go in on a fleshy bit of the muscles, not on the bony parts. And you don't want to lose it. Keeping yourself up and tall, raise on the toes, rest down and spread your toes about. Lift up, lower down. So you need to squash these calves together so you don't lose your block. Head to the ceiling, shoulders low, and you can breathe nice and easy. Good. Once you're up, see if you can hold for 2-3 seconds. May not happen in the first few repetitions. I'll do 2 more. And 1 more. Woo! Now do the opposite. Toes come up and we still don't lose the blocks. Good. Don't push your bottom back. You are up and tall. Pressing the heels, lifting the toes. Just relax shoulders. And make sure you keep your jaws apart as well, so we're not clenching. And we're looking forwards. Good, remove the block. And then for your feet, you need to keep your big toes down, but the ankles are going to turn out and turn in. Turn out, turn in. But push your big toes, and those joints where people have bunions, those hallux joints, they stay down. Turn out, turn in. So your ankle is supposed to be rotating out, rotating in, but the most rotation actually happens at the ankle and the heel, not at the toes as much. So turn in, turn out. We need to be aware of that. Contact to the floor, big toe and little toe. And then other than that, we turn it in and out. Bend your knees a little bit. So this, we should do very well. We should be really good at this. And that then will transfer into good working calves, good working knees, hips. Good, 1 more. Nice, shake it. So we've done this week in nearly all exercises where we're holding under the sit bones and pulling those cheeks. So feel like somebody's lifting you up and spread you wider. So you feel that the hips are widening. And this is anatomically true. Our hips do widen and open and close when we stand. So lean forwards, and that way you will find your sit bones. So pull them apart, lift them up. And then we're going to squat. So in a squat, we become successful in low squatting if we spread the cheeks apart and lift the sit bones up. Lift and stand up. Lift the sit bones, stand up. So you don't lean. And if you can't quite find those sit bones, just by pulling the fabric of the leggings or shorts, you'll still get it. And I need you to be dominant in the glutes, not quads. So we're not moving knees forward. We're going back and up, back and up. And feel like the distance spreads wide. Open wide. In the hips, you feel like you're broadening. When the Olympic lifters lift their weights and do the clean and presses and all sorts, they are wide in the hips as well. That's the cue for them. And they can lift many times over the body weight. So they must know what they're talking about. Spread and widen. Can you lift and pull? The lift and pull stresses your pelvic floor muscles. Pelvic floor muscles are supporting you. They need to work. Lift and pull. So then when you do any other squats, even without your hands there, your brain will remember that this is the action. And those are the muscles to use. You need to keep on lifting. Because your brain is not going to see those pelvic floors until you tell and point and use it. 2 more. Sit back, sit back, sit back. 1 more. Good. Another bit of the movement on the hip is to bring the hip bone forwards, and we're going to strike like you stroking an animal. So you're going to go here. Good. And the bum up, out. This one is in, and the bum goes out. And as you do that, you're going to lift, and you're going to pull back. You're going to lift, and you're going to pull back. You can go along the fabric. You don't need to pull on the muscle or skin. You can go along the fabric. It's just a feeling. And pull that round the front, that bit the back. Good. And it should, over time, help you not only with the squats, but actually with the hip motion. So you should be able to lift your knee higher without too much effort. So you'll find that you are a bit more efficient at this movement through the hip. Woo! Without losing balance. Without losing balance. 1 more. Under, out. Under, out. And 1 more. Good. By touching the skin, you turning on the receptors, then will feed into your brain. So your brain will see what you want to work. In. Right, this hand, sorry. And the other one is out and up at the same time. In, out and up, out and up. Good. In, out, in, out. Just let those hands slide. Good. And go past the bone on the hip and bone somewhere under the bum cheek. And even if you don't feel any bones, just keep striking your hand along the muscles. That should be working as well as the joints. And you usually should feel ease of lifting. So that lift of the leg is not really cost you that much energy. Pull. So you're looking at this bone that sticks out and you bring it forwards. Forwards. Good. Nice. Any touch will help to feed your brain with more information. 1 more. Shake it. Dangle it. Go for squats again. Wide legs. Right arm. Left arm behind. Like this. Across. Then keep your arms long and start sitting with the feeling that your bum is lifted and spread wide. Lift, spread wide. And this exercise is an ultimate challenge for your pelvic floors as well, because you're adding on the weight over your head, and that makes your pelvic floor go down. And you need to stress it also from your inner thighs, spreading open. Good. And then go down and lean to one side. Open the knees, lean to the other side. Open the knees, lean over. If it's too much, then lose the squats. Just do side to side bend. And breathe. If you're holding your breath, you're working too hard. If you're clenching your teeth, you're working too hard. 1 more. Lovely. Arms, shake it. Heels, toes, jiggle, jiggle. Shake the legs. Let's try the other side. Wide legs, so you're broadening at the hips and lifting from your bottom on the squats. That way you'll never fail with the good squats. Left, right on top. Over the head, shoulders down. Open the knees, roll your ankles out. So the previous exercise you've done, you roll the ankles out, but pushing the big toes down. Spread the inner thighs, lift the bottom, and breathe. Keep your jaw hanging, kind of loose. Or yawn, that will still work. Stretch up. Good, and then if you can, lean side to side. Steady and easy. Keep lifting that back side up and broaden. And one more. Nice, this one wasn't easy, very good. Shake, shake, shake. So whenever you put something over your head, that's also a stress down below. So remember that. Twisting. Arms out the front, twist, come back, twist, come back. Shoulders in the head and the hip. Pivot on a toe. Shoulders down low. Now, pick up your block, because we need an object that we can focus on. You're going to lift, twist, reach, and then you do the same to the other side. Lift, twist, and reach. So the block goes like a pendulum, up and down, up, down, up, down. Pivot from the hips, let them turn. Can we get the hips further round? Get the hips further round. But make sure your arms just go to the side. That looks good. One more. And rest it and shake it. We're going to do some lunges. If you don't want to go up and down in lunges, just have one leg in front of the other, that will still do. Hold your block. So we're going to go for the lunges, down and up, easy, just stationary. Then do you have your right leg forwards? We take the block down that side, lift it up. Down across, lift up. So your arms are moving diagonal, but we want the head and chest forwards. So we're not really twisting. Just the arms go across. Think about that front knee to open and out. Back foot on a toe. And remember, if you don't want to lunge, you just stand one leg in front of the other and do the arms only. Chest is up. One more. And step forward and shake it. Very good, very good. So we don't want to do this. We want to stay forward. And then just the arms. So left leg forwards, right leg back on the toe. Stay there, do the arms. Or do the whole lot with a lunge. Down across, up to the corner. Down across. And if you pay attention to the front foot, the big toe needs to stay down. Knee stays out. And push that joint under your big toe right down to the ground. Breathe. So to stop you from holding your breath in one way, out the other, or just open your mouth, let the jaws come apart, and then the air will go in and out, no trouble. Don't force the nose in. When you're working hard, you breathe with whatever you've got. Too many words. One more. Lovely. Shake it, shake it. Move it, move it. Are we warm? Are we good? Feeling well? Very good. So, we still want to do a little bit of the across the body with a side lunge. Down, up, down, up. And still focus not to twist. Down across, up and lift. Down and cross, bum back, up and lift. Down across, up and lift. 3, lift up, keep going. 2, and 1 One more. And rested. Easy jiggle if you feel like your muscles are trying to do a little bit too much. And then you go to the other side. So down low, up high. Arms only. Everything else faces forwards. Down low, up and lift. Because we're focusing on the movement, just think, if you get too tired, you can do it tiny. Just focus on the arms. If you feel like you can go a little bit lower, that's obviously added benefit for the leg work. And the cardio, 2 more. What's going on today? 1 more. Oh, excellent. Shake it, move it. Lovely. Do you all have a cushion you can grab right now? Any kind of, I would say a little bit thicker rather than just a flat one. Got it. That will be fine, So we want that cushion and stand. I'll have to, so imagine this is my big toe. The big toes will push down on the corners. So you want to pinch the corners of the cushion and other toes will be outside. So your big toes are on the corners and other toes are outside. Do we have that? And spread those other toes away from your big toe. You with me? So the toes, big toes are higher. Yep, got it. Raise my toes. Your big toes are pushing down into the cushion, they're higher. And then you raise on the toes up and down without losing balance. So poke your fingers into your stomach. Is there any kind of wall-like muscle action? Can you feel that you are controlling your position from the sides of the waist? Is there anything done here? And breathe. Big toes down. Good, and you should feel calf muscles working really hard. And 1 more. Good, step down, shake it away. Oh, hello Wendy. We've got, so big toes again. We're going to do the same up and down, but with bent knees. So we're coming up on the toes with bent knees. This one will be harder. So your big toe is higher on the cushion, other toes are out. You are with the bent knees and raising on the toes, stepping down. My knees, watch, they never straighten out. They are always bent. Keep your bottom behind you, long spine. Let's have hands on the hips so we're not slouching. Coming up and get it down. Up on the toes with bent knees. Lift it, lower it down. Who can feel their calf muscles working hard right now? Ankles, make sure you don't open too wide. We are only as wide as your feet. We don't buckle out. We don't get too loose. Stick your bottom back. Good. It may be temporary, the hold, but if you feel like you've got a little bit more control, maybe hold a little bit longer. And 1 more. And step away. Shake it. Move it. Did your calf muscles work? Anything? Perfect. So we're just going to hold that literally as a cushion behind your head. And feel like the cushion goes into your spine a little bit. That's it. So it's not too narrow. Open your elbows. Pinch your shoulder blades. Bring your legs wide, toes out. And we're just going to lean back. Squeeze your bottom, push your feet down and keep that head on a cushion, and we're enjoying some lovely sunny weather. And then just look forwards. Push your feet to the ground, squeeze your cheeks and lift from the very top of the chest and take a deep breath and sunbathe. Open the chest, open, pinch your shoulder blades and relax. Knees a little bit softer, so don't lock them back. Press your feet to the floor, squeeze the cheeks, chest coming up and up and up. And relax, good. Can you lift that breastbone any higher? Feet down, pinch your shoulder blades, open those elbows wide, breathe. And relax. 1 more time. Feet down, easy. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Are we not throwing the head back? And relax. Lovely, shake it. Did any of you had a spasm or like a backache when you were doing it? No? Perfect. So now toes come in. And we're going to keep that cushion there as well. If your cushion is too small, you can try diagonal maybe, like that. So whichever way you can, but watch your elbow. Watch yourselves on a screen. Some of you have one elbow higher than the other. Can you stay as level as you can? So toes stay in, and then lift that breastbone, chest up, pinch your shoulder blades together, and make sure your elbows are as wide and as high. Toes in, squash the cheeks, chest is up, head is up, and relax. If it gives you any kind of pull that is too much on the hips or on the back, then relax. But we are maneuvering you from the mid-back, from the area of the spine that doesn't like to be moved, and we're very happy there to be rounded. So your body is going to react strangely. It can tell you it's pain, but it may not necessarily be damage you're doing. And one more. Easy. Chest up, head up. Oh, brilliant. Lovely. Shake it, jiggle it, rest it, come on down to the floor. Grab a drink. Nice long slurp. So we'll be on the knees down. Sitting back, stretching arms forwards. Walk your arms back up. We're actually going to stay down. That will be our position to exercise. Thumbs up. So if you imagine I'm lying down and doing a Y letter shape, this is what we're going to be doing. If your head is not going down so low, then put the cushion under your forehead. That will give you a bit of a lift. So your arms are like this. And then alternating sides, you're going to lift one arm, relax, the other arm, relax. The lifting is one business, but how it's done is another. So how it's done, you're pulling your shoulder blade into the spine from the very bottom of it, and that lifts your arm. So think about doing the action of the shoulder blade in and then lift the arm. So be slow. We want to be really precise. So first, shoulder blade in, then lift the arm. Relax, and you relax completely in between. You pull your shoulder blades in and then lift up the arm. Relax, do a little jiggle, shoulder blades in, lift the arm up. And rest. Shoulder blades in, lift the arm up. Relax. And you can do that little jiggle on the floor, so you make sure you do disconnect those muscles momentarily. Pull the shoulder blades in, lift the arm, which may not come off the floor very easily. Shoulder blades in, lift the arm. It may be that this is so hard that your arm is not lifting. You feeding the information to your brain is enough. And even with the lift doesn't happen, you're still creating the connection brain to the muscle. So if you do it 50 times on 5 different classes, eventually it will happen, right? So don't get disheartened if you can't get the lift. It's a very hard exercise, don't get me wrong, very hard. Pull the shoulder blade in, lift the arm, and relax. Pull the shoulder blade in, lift the arm. Do remember to relax in between. 2 more. And relax, lift it up. Shake it, jiggle, jiggle, don't hold on to the tension. Right, did we feel it or did we not feel it? Was something happening? Just about? Very good. Come on over to your hands and knees. And then we're going to use those shoulders. So we still need to thumbs up, lift it out the front, move it to that Y shape. Front, side, that's what we do. Front, side. If that's not happening, maybe go lower or bring the arm closer in and just work through the shoulder joint. But what we want to do, if you can go all the way, shoulders away from the ears, back of your head is up. Bring your chin to point to your chest, not the floor. And it's a slow motion, very small. And I need you to feel it at the shoulder blade. Think about windscreen wipers and you at the base, you know, the closest to the car center. That's your wiper. Here, shoulder blade into the spine. Small movement. Smaller than that, Heidi. Tiny. From I to Y. Head is up, push off the floor, soften the elbow on the resting arm, and one more. Good. Rest it, jiggle it, shake it all about, do the other side. So watch me from the front. You go here, that's your I, that's half of your Y. I, Y, and it's all coming. Think about those windscreen wipers doing a small range, and this is the base of your wiper. Right, this is the base, the shoulder blade. We don't focus on the thumbs. They will go wherever your shoulder blade can move you. And press off the bottom arm so that elbow is soft. Push off the floor, stay strong. Bring your chin into the chest, but push the back of your head up. And just notice which side was easier for you. Is it consistent with everything you feel about your arms? Is one always a little bit better at this? Or feels like it's got more mobility maybe? If you ask, you'll know the answers. If you never ask, you really don't connect enough. We need your brain to be in the moment. And rest it. Sit back, shake and jiggle, wriggly worms, feather dusters all the way around you. Now we're going to do very similar with your leg. So some of you never know until somebody points it out, but some of you have their legs actually turned out when they're up. And you need to turn your toes downwards, like I'm going to stab myself in the toe. So that's not the movement, that's not the movement. We're going to go what arm did. So this is straight back, and this is a little bit to the side. Straight to the back, a little bit to the side. Straight to the back, a little bit to the side. So that way we'll be working on the hips and those bum cheek muscles that sit on the side of the pelvis. Push your heel away and do a smaller movement than you think. Keep your head higher. Push, Heidi, Wendy, that's it. So we're looking down, but the back of the head is lifted. Push the heel away. It's a little bit out and in. Tiny little back window wipers in your car. Out, in. The further out you go, the more your cheeks on the resting leg will work. It might be something that you don't really feel like is doing a lot, but the better trained you are with the cheek usage and the stability, the quicker you'll recognize it's happening. Push off the arms. Stay strong in your upper half. And the legs should move on the same height. Out and in, not up and down. Push those heels away. This is much harder if you focus and you use all those correction points. One more. Good. And rest. Rest the wrists. How's the bum? Did you feel that? Could anyone feel moving one leg but tightening the cheek on the other side? Was that happening at all? Yep, very good. So push away on those arms, shoulders, kick the heel away and make sure your toe points down so you can stab your toe straight down. So we're not turning, right? Point down. And then this is your height designated height, we move a little bit away and you bring it back in. Little bit away, back in. Smaller means a little bit more control, so don't aim for too much of the good thing. Press off the arms, soften the elbows. As you breathe, you move. And it might be that one side will fatigue quicker than the other. You can go on the knuckles, that's fine, but you'll feel lighter on the arms if you push off those wrists. Push yourselves up and utilize your shoulder blades coming together. That is going to come handy when we use the arm and the leg together. So if you can, go for 4, 3, use the other cheek to help you stabilize. 1 more, and rested. Good, move your wrists around if they felt a little bit of a pinch. So, imminent thing happening is the arm and leg. So the leg will move to the side, arm will move a little bit to the side. Keep those thumbs up, so we want that position for the shoulder. Think small, very small. So getting yourself started, we first lift. Make sure you've got your thumb up and toe, if you dropped it straight down, it will go right up on your big toe. So we're not turning. So get your height, and then a small motion, arm to the side, opposite leg goes to the other side. Small and return. Keep pushing off the ground, lifting the back of your head, but you're looking down. 3, 2, and 1 more. Good. Step down, sit back on the heels, stretch forwards. Other side, let's challenge it. So we're going from the really good setup, strong position in the center, opposite arm to the leg. Lift the thumb up, lift the heel up so your toes should point right down. And then from your center position, little bit out and in. Little bit out, in. So now that we've combined upper body and lower body, your stomach muscles will work very hard. Push off the ground, soften the elbows, but we are staying strongly pressing off the floor. Less is more. Keep that same height, toe down. Get those glutes to fire. So we've got 4, breathe. 3, 2, one more. And rest. Very good. Which side was harder to do? Did you have one that was harder to do? Yeah, stretch forward. So if you found the side that was harder to do, that's probably the one that needs a little bit of help. A little bit more focus. Right, this next exercise, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt. In a good way, in a good way. We need either a block or can be a small cushion, something that you can move the leg up and over. I'll show you what I mean. We'll have the leg first, stretching out to the sides, and we'll stay on the forearms. So it'll be similar to the inner thigh stretch we haven't done long ago. We want the bum up, stay on the forearms so we rest the wrists a little bit. So for now, you stay here, and let's see if we can lift the toes and push the heel down, toes up. And return. So push the heel down, lift the toes up, and return. So what we're doing, we're rotating the leg at the hip socket. So push the heel, lift the toes, press the foot back down. Lift the toes, press the heel, drop down. Keep sticking your bottom out and pressing off the floor. Keep your head up, head up, head up, head up. Always head up, push your bum out. Right, leave your foot as it is. Can we lift and lower down? And you will not feel it at the lifted leg. You will probably feel it at the other leg. Remember, if you can't get the lift, you are still working. If you focus, if you create those connections, at one point, you will get that movement. You just need to think about it. How are we doing? Don't move your pelvis, lift the leg. It only looks easy if somebody else is doing it. And 1 more. Oh yes, oh yes. Who felt the opposite cheek at all? So we're working this leg, but really getting the other side to do business as well. Do the other side. So forearms, bottom up, and the leg is gonna go just there onto the side. Or whatever else you can do with this. Lifting the cheeks up, so we're still aware of those hip bones, sit bones. So we push the heel, lift the toe, and then press the foot down to the block or cushion. So heel down, toes up, press it down. Heel down, toes up. My block is a little bit too big. And down. Heel, and to me, immediately I feel I can't really go as much as the other side. So I just need to work a little bit harder. And not to fake it till I make it, right? So always be aware of bits in your body when you do the exercises. Don't switch off. Don't just aim to get it done and over with. The more you engage your brain, the better the results, always. Because at the end of the day, we are exercising the brain. Right? Keep it as it is. Let's see with... get a little lift. The other hip also works. Don't drop the head. Keep pushing yourselves off the ground. Let's make 2 fists. And allow yourselves to stay stable. You may not go, accept that. And just think about the contractions happening. You may not get a lift, but the contraction will be still there. That will still be enough to connect your brain to the area. And one day to allow it to work properly. 4 more, can we do that? 3, 2, last one. Oh yes. Oh yes. Do we know we have hips? Do we know we have hips? So I've got last challenge for you there. Same position. You can go up and down, that will be fine. Or you can go over your step or block or whatever you're using, like over the obstacle. Up to you, no pressure. Bum out. And start with your leg on top. Then we want to go front, back. Front of it, back of it. Front of it, back of it. If it's too much, you just go up and down or whichever movement you can do comfortably. The front and back is not far. You can just about to make it. Press your fist to the floor. Keep loading the other hip so it stabilizes you. So the lift of the leg doesn't feel too heavy. It only looks easy. None of this is easy whatsoever. Stick your bottom out. One more. And rest. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hello, hello. We've got those hips. Other side. That's the hardest thing we're doing today. Don't you worry. We're nearly done. So forearms, legs out. Good, so get yourself, just start it there, push the fist down like you're about to do a front plank, and then we'll go a little bit in front, and a little bit behind, or you can imagine yourself having an obstacle, you don't need to go over anything physical, or just go up and down. All you want is to activate those muscles. Load the other bum cheek, so you should feel, other than the lifted leg only, you should feel the bottom supporting leg as well. So when you go up and down, that feels like the leg is a little bit easy, light. And all the way it goes to the opposite hip. Push off the floor. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Oh, that was tough. Very good. We're going to give your bum a rest. Lie down on your front. And whilst you lie down on the front, you're going to do this shape with your arms. So like a head in a teddy box. So lie down on your front. 90-degree angles. And you've got elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, head in the middle, and breathe. No lifting head, just alternating arms. Before you lift the arm, we're going to pull the shoulder blade in. So you need to use the muscle before you do the action. Head down, pull the shoulder blade into your spine, then lift the arm and hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Then you do the other side. Pull your shoulder blade in, not up, and then lift the arm for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Keep going. So pull the shoulder blade in, and then lift the arm. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And carry on. Pull the shoulder blade in and lift. 3, 2, 1, rest. Shoulder blade and lift the arm. 3, 2, 1, rest. When you rest, you kind of deflate. Let go. Shoulder blade and lift. 3, 2, 1, and complete rest. Shoulder blade and lift. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shoulder blade, lift. 3, 2, 1, let go. Let's go 2 more like this. Shoulder blade, lift. 3, 2, 1, let go. Last one. Shoulder blades, lift. 2, 1, and rested. Did we feel the shoulder blades? Did anything happen in between? Perfect. 2 arms together, but still initiated by the shoulder blade. So I'm going to need you to imagine yourself having a lemon that needs to have some juice squashed out of it. So when you're down, you squash the juice out of the lemon, and then arms come up for 3, 2, 1, and rest and do a little jiggle. So pinch your shoulder blades together, squash some juice out, lift the arms. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Jiggle, jiggle, move and move. Squash the shoulder blades together to get some lemon juice out. Arms. 3, 2, 1. Relax and jiggle. Make sure that when you do your shoulder blade action, it's only together and not up to shrug. So we do an anti-shrug action. So shoulder blades together, squash some lemon out, and the arms. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's do 2 more like this if you can. If you feel like you're fatiguing too much, you rest. Squash the lemon out, lift. 3, 2, 1, relax. Use your imagination, paint pictures. Squash the lemons with the shoulder blades, lift. 3, 2, 1, and rest. How are we feeling the shoulder blades? So all the painting pictures connects your brain to the body. Also the brain that can't come out of its own little shell, we introduce neuroplasticity, so you get the brain to work differently. You remodel your brain wiring, and this is really important for people who live with pain or can't use their bodies appropriately because of some damage, injuries, and all of that. So you really need to use any available resources, and painting pictures in your head is one of them. Arms, this one, do if you can. If not, up and down, bend elbows. So watch the arms. Squash it, lift it, stretch, pull, come down, and rest. Squash, squeeze the lemon, lift, now reach, 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 pull back, down and relax, jiggle, jiggle. Squash the juice out of the lemon, arms, reach, back, down, jiggle, jiggle. Shoulder blades, squash that lemon juice out, up on the arms, reach, back, down. And if you can't really get that reach, just up and down is fine. And we're still breathing, we're still keeping the jaws apart, we're not really introducing any tension that's unnecessary. That's why we do the jiggle in between. Keep your head down so we don't really work the spinal muscles that lift and extend your spine. We work between the shoulder blades and shoulder muscles, so a little bit of a different focus. That's a good one. Head down, head down, head down. It's best to keep your legs apart and then choose whether you want toes in or toes out. Right, shall we do another 3? If you're getting too tired, you can stop already. And sit back on the heels, stretch your body out, stretch your arms out. Looks like we're getting the right business going today. So you may feel even in relaxation that this area will be a bit warmer. Maybe you'll have a little bit more feeling to it, and hopefully it will stay relaxed at the same time. If not, shrug your shoulders a few times just to get the tension out. For relaxation, front or back line, you choose. Which is your favorite position? Let's get us to slow down a bit. So if there's still too much tension at the shoulder blades, because we did work them hard, or at the cheeks, you shrug or contract your cheeks together, breathe in, breathe out. If you do it about 5 to 6 times, we should take that tension away. And start with just slowing down your breath, getting yourselves comfortable. So you're letting go of all the tiredness, all the bits that worked and you found them hard. You're just letting go of that tension now. If you still don't feel like you are connecting to the relaxation, to this nervous system that's responsible for you letting go, then do a little jiggle, do a little shake, and see if you can turn that different reaction of your nervous system. And we're going to paint some pictures again. So in your head, think about the place, location. It can be something from a childhood, it can be a holiday location where you feel completely at ease. Is there somewhere where you can breathe deep? You don't have to worry, you don't have to stress. There are no people around you that annoy you and all of that. So you turn on in your brain some visuals and you see your place very clearly. Go into as much detail as you can. If it's a beach, you see the water, you see the sand, you see the palm trees. You hear things as well. So you want to bring on the noises that you can associate it with your favorite place to be. And it can be as simple as your garden. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And when we can see the place, we can hear the place, can we feel the place? It could be things like smells, tastes. Are there any foods associated with it? It can be the smell in the air. And it can be the feeling it can bring you as well. So the warmth, the relaxation of it, and the whole situation, how it makes you feel as well. It's almost like you're putting yourselves in that place like you're on a film set, and you can replay it over and over again whenever you need it. And start introducing much longer breaths. So in through the nose as long as you can. Just do it calmly. And then breathing out very slow and steady. Stream of air coming out of your mouth like you're breathing out through a straw. And relax your forehead with this. Better stretch space between your eyebrows. Your eyelids just touching. No crease between your cheek and your nose. Keep your jaws apart and rest that tongue at the roof of your mouth. And when you're breathing in, allow your pelvic floor muscles to stay down. They actually relax when we're breathing in. When we're breathing out, they are traveling up with the diaphragm lifting up. And you can smell your favorite place even more with those deeper breaths. And then take a picture in your head of your favorite place and keep it in your mind. But whenever you are stressed or in need of a bit of relaxation, just bring that mental picture back again and all the feelings about it, just to trigger your brain into a relaxation mode a little bit quicker as well. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs, give yourselves a full length through the body. And then slowly roll over to one side with your knees in. And then gently push yourselves off the floor. And well done. Done a hard work there, because that wasn't easy.